Now, get ready for the hottest podcast coming out of Dallas, Texas, with Sean Fox, K Boogie, and Cowboys Nikki. Stars talking Cowboys. Let's go!
Yo, here we go again, back up on the scene. Stars talking Cowboys, you know what I mean. The podcast, repping everything with silver and blue. Keeping it real, that's what they do. Let me tell you about the crew. Sean Fox, spitting facts. K Boogie's giving game. Nikki's got the stats, so of course she covers everything. It's showtime, so let's get to the biz. And that Stars talking Cowboys, yeah, you know what time it is.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh man, just glad that we had a bounce back win against New England. So I'm glad of that. Glad I ain't got to hear all the smack about how we're you know how it is when we lose.
Man, yeah, of course I know. Being here in New York, New Jersey, of course I know how it is. I know how the quote unquote East Coast narrative goes down when we lose, but it's all good. It's all good, brother. To be honest with you, man, I was kind of bored. After we was up by 28-3, I was bored. I started thinking about the 49ers actually. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to anybody. I got bored. I was like, man, come on. What up, Mr. Cowboy? What up?
What up, man?
Hey, man, listen, man. God is good, brother. We were doing a little slam dancing on Sunday, bro. We're doing a little slam dancing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is it's still early in the season, so right now there's 2 undefeated teams in the NFL, and they're not going to go undefeated. They're going to lose a game or 2 to somebody that they shouldn't lose to. I mean, yeah, and I'm not discounting Philadelphia's wins this year, but they ain't been dominating people. You feel what I'm saying? So Washington should actually beat them on Sunday. They didn't. They didn't, but they got the win, so we got 2 4-0 teams, a bunch of 3-1 teams, and then you got everybody else up under there. So,
man,
we're gonna see
first quarter of the season's over. You know what I'm saying? First quarter's over. We 3-1 every quarter. Like I said, break it down. As long as you win in those quarters, man, we good. We good. 3-1.
Daryl says the Eagles could have been easily 1-3. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So until the rest of our hopes get back on here, what was your assessment of the game? I'll let you go first.
Assessment of the game?
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Listen, Gallup played really well. Gallup and Ferguson, actually, they were my 2 standouts for the game as well as Bland. I mean, we controlled the game from kickoff to the end. It wasn't really a contest. It's just the fact that, we just need to make sure we score points in the red zone. But other than that, man, the Patriots were outmatched, to be honest with you. I wasn't really worried about the Cowboys beating the Patriots because the Patriots are not explosive on offense. Yeah, they have a top 10 defense, but other than that, I wasn't really impressed with the Patriots. They should have lost against the Jets. So my standouts, basically, Gallup played very well. So did actually Ferguson and Blaine. Blaine played really well. We have a kicking game too. Our kicker hasn't missed a field goal. He's 13 straight field goals. You know what I'm saying? So we have a kicking game, but I want to see how we do in the red zone. We need to score more points in the red zone. But other than that, man, like I said, we was up 28-3 halftime. I basically turned it off. I turned off my emotional connection to the game, and then I started concentrating on what we need to do to beat the 49ers, to be honest with you. Because I knew when you look at the Patriots, who on their offense really scares you? How they going to come back from actually being down 28-3? So that's why I was like, man, listen, at halftime, my focus, like I said, was watching the game, but then I had my eye on the 49ers, to be honest with you. Because I knew they wasn't going to come back, not against this defense. I said, no, we're too fast for them. This is a team that we could beat easily, because of our team speed. I said, nah, this game's over. 28-3, we done. We done. Let's move on to 49ers, and that's what I did. Took my notes and was like, let's go. But it was a good win for us, good bounce back win. You know, we still need to actually score more points in the red zone, though. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. I don't know what we need to do to score more touchdowns in the red zone, but that should be a point of emphasis moving forward.
So with that last statement, welcome, Nikki.
What up, Nick?
Hey.
Good. So with that last statement, do we really miss Zeke now?
Is it Zeke and Schultz, or is it just Zeke? Which one is it, or both? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Schultz was, that safety blanket, and Zeke, he was pounding between the tackles. I don't know. Probably missed a little bit of both, to be honest with you. At times, we didn't have these issues for 2 years. We didn't have these issues, but it is what it is. We need to put 40 ounce back there. 40 ounce is big. 40 ounce can run. He can catch. Have some plays for 40 ounce. I think we need to incorporate him a little bit more in the red zone. But hey, it's up to Big Mike to do those things. We could just sit here and criticize and say what they should do, but it's up to Big Mike at the end of the day. Him and Dad got to come up with a solution to make sure we're scoring these points in the red zone. Because against the 49ers, man, we're going to have to score points. We're going to have to score touchdowns.
Yeah. So, Nikki, what's your assessment of the game?
For me, I think my biggest issue with the game is still the same. It's the red zone. I just don't understand, why we not scoring the points that we need to score in the red zone. Moving the ball down the field is not the problem. It's not like we can't move the ball. We are moving the ball, but it's like once we get to the red zone, they forget what plays to call. They don't know what plays to call. They scrambling on deciding on what plays to call. It really shouldn't be that hard. So I'm sitting here all day looking at games, and I'm looking at how easily teams are getting in the red zone, and and scoring. But yet we're getting there, but we're the third worst team in scoring in there. So again, for me, we're still being unbalanced. So it's kind of like we need the defense to score points because we're not scoring points in the red zone. We're getting 3 here, 3 there, 3 here, but ultimately 3 points is not going to help you win a game against a team that can score in the red zone. And I think we found they to me, I was a little disappointed because I was hoping that between the Arizona game and this last game, we would kind of have figured it out. I thought the Arizona game may have taught them something and had them go back to the drawing board and figure it out on what needs to be done in the red zone. But it was a little disappointing to see that we had the same issue yet again on Sunday. Although our defense, let's just say, without defense holding them to the points they held them to, without the turnovers from the defense and the defense getting the ball, I don't know. What if Mac Jones and his wide receivers were clicking? What if our defense was having a hangover from Arizona and we couldn't score and they were scoring on us? What happens? So at some point you have to be able to balance your team out on both sides. You want your defense to be balling, but you also want your offense to be balling. And not that offense is not playing good because like they're moving the ball, it's getting the ball in the end zone. I don't understand it, but it seems like when they brought the fullback in, we scored. Went down the middle of the lamb, we scored. So I'm just confused on what's missing. What are not doing besides the running back? Because we all need to get over that now. We don't have that pound running back from Zeke. So you made the decision to move away from him. So you should have a plan in place for it. Simple as that.
I definitely agree with that.
Simple as that. And I mean, as much as all of us disagree with Kellen Moore, but some of the things Kellen Moore did have us scoring in the red zone. That's
So I'm
what
gonna ask.
you can't take from it.
So let me ask a question. When was the last time you seen us do any kind of motion in the red zone?
We haven't.
So how do you know what kind of defense they're going to run? How do you know what defense they're in? Because teams disguise their defenses. That's why teams do a lot of motion. That's why Miami does motion. That's why San Francisco does motion. That's why Buffalo does motion. So you can help your quarterback identify what kind of coverage that these guys are in. If the linebackers or your nickel safety, that if they just bump out on a motion, then you know they're in zone. If they end up following them, then you know they're in man.
Yes, sir.
So we're sitting here as analysts, journalists, fans, and if we can see that, why can't our coaching staff see that? Now let me, we don't have some of the, and I don't want to bring these people up. I'm gonna speak them up. Hell, I'm gonna speak them up because they're gonna be here soon. We don't have a lot of the Dak haters on here commenting right now, but you still, regardless, Patrick Mahomes, we can all agree that right now he is the best quarterback in the NFL. But how much motion does Andy Reid do for him? For him to put his players in position for Mahomes to be able to make the plays that he needs to play. Now he does make some he does make some off script plays. I'm not taking that away from him. But if you look at the Super Bowl against Philadelphia, he used the same play to run 3 different variations off of it.
Yes, he did.
And scored twice off of it. So where's our motion? Only motion I saw was running back, not even flaring out, just motioning straight out. Now, if I'm wrong, then please correct me. But that's what I looked for this past Sunday. And like Nikki said, we're able to get the ball up and down the field. We're great from 20 to 20. But when you condense that defense to a 30 or 40 yard, pretty much you're condensing your defense inside the red zone into about 20 yards. So you got to be creative. And in my opinion, we had a tight end that dropped a touchdown. And I don't want to care. I don't want to hear that. The ball hit the kid's hand. And if it hit your hand, it should be a catch. So, yes, we have some red zone problems, but there's some factors into why we're having those red zone problems. So that's what I took from this game. And then I go back to the same thing I said against the Giants. When you're beating a team by 25, 30 points, what else do you want your quarterback to do? You want him to keep going down there and try to get 400 yards? So I was glad. I just ask these type of questions, because, and like I said, I don't doubt that we have red zone problems, but we're still, one of the top scoring teams in the league, whether it's the offense or the defense. We're still one of the top scoring teams in the league. What's up, Jeep? Told you we call some of these folks up. So, with that being said, what as good as of a game that we played on Sunday, what were some of your takeaways that I think that you think that we need to improve on?
We need to get Cooks involved more. It's been something that's been missing. Like for the last couple of weeks or whatever, I'm like, where's Cooks? Where's our explosive plays? Cooks going to open it up for a lot of our offense to be vertical. How come Cooks is not involved? Cooks need to be involved more. We need more speed. We need more. We need more 9 routes. We need
So who you
more
fought for that?
plays.
Who you fought for that?
It's play calling.
I'm just
play
asking.
calling. It's play calling, but I'm just saying, like,
don't roll your eyes at me. I just asked a question.
against who rolling their eyes though? I got slanted eyes. What you talking about, Nikki? Anyway, but I'm just saying, what, like, Cooks, I'm like, something's been eating at me. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I'm looking at the highlights. I see all these explosive plays, but where's ours? Cooks, we brought Cooks in so we can have those explosive plays, and I haven't seen them. We're gonna need them this week. We're gonna need Cooks. We're gonna need them. So
we need
that's one thing. We gonna need him, Tolbert. We're gonna need everybody. Because to be honest with you, I think this is gonna be a high scoring game on Sunday night. I think this is going back to the 49ers and the Cowboys of the 90s. Both offenses are playing well. The 49ers defense is okay. Our defense is stellar. But I'm just saying, I have a feeling that this is going to be a high-scoring game on Sunday night. It's not going to be a defensive battle like the last 2 years. I'm telling you, we're going to need to score points. The 49ers are going to score points. The 49ers are being carried by their offense more than their defense this year. I'm telling you, we're going to need to score points. So Cooks have to get involved because they can't just double up with Lamb and whatever. Schoonmaker guys catch the ball. Even run some packages for 40-ounce and Deuce. Deuce is fast. He's quick. Put him in the slot. Do something different with Deuce. You know, he is 5'5". You don't expect him to run through the tackles, do you? Give him some plays. Run some screen passes. Do something. Do something. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking at. I want to see more vertical plays from us. I want to see us use our speed more because we have speedy players. We're just not utilizing correctly. And that's just me. That's just me.
So 23, that's
Rico, but Rico hurt.
Rico hurt, yeah.
He's hurt. He's hurt right now. He has a hip flexor or whatever. So he's not going to play. He might not play.
That's not what they said today.
Listen, I think they posturing. Those things hurt. They're going to have to shoot him up for him to play.
Well, here's two comments that Cook should be more involved, but to me, and let me say that again, to me, it seems like they don't trust Dak deep ball. And then Brian Jordan says too much conservative play calling. So in my opinion, between those two statements, I agree to both of those statements. Right. But Kevin, I agree to your statement more, except for that they don't trust Dak's deep ball. I don't think we're calling deep ball passes. I think that this Mike McCarthy's offense is not predicated on going deep. It's about getting the ball out quick.
Mm-hmm.
He uses his short passing game in lieu of the run game. That's what Mike McCarthy is good for. If you look at his time, except for Brett Favre, but if you go back to his time with Aaron Rodgers, they didn't have a lot of deep passes. It was quick, get the ball out the hands real quick, and let the playmakers do their things. I just don't see. But I do agree with it. I do agree with what Brian said, though. I think it's just too much. It's too conservative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dink and dunk, dink and dat. I'm like, I understand that, but you don't want the cornerbacks to be sitting on routes because there have been a couple times during the Patriot game where the Patriots could have had interceptions because they're starting to sit on routes, and I'm like, yo, they're sitting on routes. What we gonna do? We got to open it up a little bit.
And I'm trying to find a video of San Francisco's defense because that's what they do. They sit on routes.
You got to do some double moves, something. Flea flicker. Let's go back to Roger Staubach there. Do a flea flicker. Come on, Mike. Do something. You know what I'm saying? Open up the playbook a little bit.
We haven't seen nothing. Like nothing.
Yeah, we 3-1, but man, we brought Cooks in for a reason. We brought him in for a reason to stretch the defense, and we're not doing that right now.
Yep. So I found the 49ers versus the Giants game, and I'm trying to get to their defense here. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Because if we don't go downfield on these cats, okay, after this here, if we don't go downfield on these cats or try to go downfield on these cats, so even here, they're playing man to man, but they got everybody covered. They're playing physical. You see, they're playing physical up top here. This tight end here is pretty much got two guys on it, and you got somebody physical at the bottom, and then you got two safeties over the top. So let me go back here and see if I can get to it to steal on it. I have to just let it play out. If there's your two safeties. You can barely see them in the screen. But you see how they're aligned? You see how their linebackers are aligned?
That's how they played us last year in the playoffs.
Yes.
Exactly how they played us, because they wasn't scared of us going deep.
So they rely on their pass. They rely on their 4 pass rushers here. And they got 4 down linemen. And look where everybody else is lined up. They are, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are 7 yards off the ball. And this is on a 1st and 10. So if we can't run the ball to the edges, and they're a good pursuit team. They're a very good pursuit team. So it's going to be kind of hard for us to run on the edges against them. We're going to be just as physical as they are. But if you look at this defensive alignment, they got 4 down linemen, and they got 7 that's dropped back. So everything they're going to force us to do everything underneath. So how do we counteract that? That's a question for everybody.
Well, Dad had enough time against the Patriots, though. There was some times when he was back there in the pocket just going through his reads.
We're going
to have time.
See, the very next play here. I missed it here. Let me go back here. I'm trying to show the defensive lineman of the 40. There's okay. That was that one. So they pretty much attack the flats. Okay, now, same play. Next play. Look at where they're at. Their defensive alignment allows them to sit on routes. And as John says here, he says they believe their base defense is better than our offense. And that is why they're lined up like this. They got 4 D linemen and 7 guys in coverage, but look what their guys are lined up at. Those guys are 7 to 8 yards off the ball. So if we can't have an offense, we got to have some crossing routes. We got to have something coming underneath. We got to have something in the flats. We're not going to be able to just run those curl routes and those out routes. You know, that's just coming from a football standpoint. Does anybody disagree with me on this?
No, that's the same defense they played against us last year. The same defense. That's why we got to loosen them up a little bit. That's why I'm saying we got to put Deuce on the field. We have to use our speed. We have to use him and Cooks. We have to use our speed against them. Because the Cardinals use their speed. It's just the fact that they were too talented for the Cardinals in the 4th quarter. But that game was really close going into the end of the third, into the 4th quarter. Because the Cardinals started to use their speed and go after their corners. So we have to do the same thing. The Cardinals just didn't have the talent to stay with the 49ers.
Yeah, so, I don't think they match up well with us on the back end at all, man. I don't.
I don't either. We just got to capitalize on it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
You got to capitalize on that.
And then look at their it's their so-called blitz package. You know, we just the ball Dak is gonna have to place the ball where it needs to be, and our receivers, particularly our tight ends, are gonna have to catch the ball. That's just point blank. You know, I don't. Let's see. So yeah, who have we beat? Well, really, who have San Francisco beat?
Here he come. Oh, I knew it.
Okay,
You beat who's on your schedule, my brother. You beat who's on your schedule. That's it.
So you showing the San Francisco Giants game? Do we remember that game was a one-score game in the third quarter without Saquon Barkley? Do you remember that?
Same thing with Arizona.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
thing.
it was a one-score game in the third quarter without Saquon, right? So, like they not looking. They haven't looked. Yeah, we had to slip up against Arizona, but the other three games we've looked absolutely dominant. San Francisco has not looked this dominant at all this season. Now they don't get me wrong, they dominated Pittsburgh, right? But
So they're
the other wins been dogfights. Like they had to pull away late.
Mm-hmm.
So they beat the Rams. What's it, 20-13 or something like that?
Yeah, as I said, the Rams were in the dogfight with them.
You know, so I'm not particularly scared of San Francisco. I'm more concerned with, are we going to be able to scheme against San Francisco? Is Mike McCarthy going to keep this conservative crap that he got going on to be able to be able to counter them? So he says Jeep says that they won the games they were supposed to beat, and we didn't.
Oh Lord, we 1-7 in the last 8 games versus the Cardinals. John, 1-7. Okay, the Cardinals have our number. That's it in a nutshell. Like my man, Mr. Cowboy said, we probably went out there a little flat because it was the Cardinals, and we figured we're gonna win. So it is what it is. So let's see.
So let me ask John this: if we need to beat Arizona to get into the playoffs, and we play Tyron, Zach, and Tyler, do you think we beat Arizona to get in the playoffs? No, I'm asking John that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if John answered that. What's up, Wayne?
Yeah. That's my question to you, John. If we need to beat Arizona to get in the playoffs, and the 3 O-linemen that we played them, do you think we beat Arizona?
Seriously,
wait.
dope.
Come on, Twitter fingers. Let's go.
We would be drunk.
He said, so in other words, yes. So in other words, yes, you think we'll beat them?
Yo, man. Oh my God, what's wrong with you? Come on, man. Twitter fingers, come on, John. You know better than that. Come on.
So,
it's the first quarter of the season anyway. Come on, man. We be all right.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right, man. This defense has pitched a shutout and just held another team to 3 points. Right. So, come on now. Yeah, and one for Malik Hooker taking a bad angle that held 2 teams to 3 points.
Yo, what's wrong with Malik Hooker though? The
I don't
last
know
couple
what's
games,
wrong with
he
him.
has not been playing.
He has not played
all.
well. He has not. I don't know what's wrong with him.
I said it. I said we ain't got a Trayvon Diggs problem. We got a Malik Hooker problem.
I'm almost leaning toward benching him.
We're gonna play Thomas back there.
Like,
Put
he's
Izzy
becoming a liability.
Is he hurt though? Is he hurt? Hopefully Izzy can play this game. Hopefully Izzy can play this game because he can neutralize Debo. Debo, and they play with one another at the University of South Carolina, so he can neutralize Debo. Izzy, hopefully you can play, but go ahead. I just had to throw that out there.
He's becoming a liability.
Yeah.
So that when we in our chat on Sunday, I only made a couple of comments, but the first comment that I said was Hooker is becoming a liability. I mean, Hooker is, I ain't say liability. I said he's getting beat too much. And then Nikki, you put that the stats up in the chat that said that he is the worst defending DB that we have.
And I'm gonna tell you something. The OCs see that. These OCs see that.
Oh yeah, they watching it.
Yeah, they see that.
They watching. They watching it all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wilson played Sunday, bound.
Yeah, I think he's still trying to get back into the groove.
But he had a good tackle. He had a good couple of good stops Sunday for loss.
That's what's up. That's my.
We need to play Wanye more. I think Wanye. I like Wanye. Wanye need to play some more, man. Wanye need to play some more. I ain't talking about Wanye either. Wanye be out there doing his thing, man. I like this.
If Malik can't do his job, then I think you need to bring him to the bench. Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because I know that Quinn's sitting in the booth, and I know he's seeing it, looking down on the field. I know he's seeing it. And I seen an interview with Dan Quinn yesterday, and that was one of their questions, was asking him why he preferred to be in a booth than be on the sideline. And he said he prefers to be in a booth because it allows him to look down on the field and see what player is not doing what and what he needs to do for his adjustments and make the right adjustments at that time. So of course they went to him about the Arizona game, saying why he didn't make the adjustments that needed to be made in the Arizona game. So he said that it was a thing of cat and mouse in the Arizona game. He seen some adjustments he needs to make, but he didn't want to over make some adjustments, and then we lack on the other end of some things. So he opted to kind of weigh the options in it, and he said it failed in some areas, but ultimately he don't plan to have that mistake again. That's basically what he said.
So Wayne, we are actually 3.5-point underdogs on the road. Yeah, we're not favored in this game
at all.
Coming up.
Not at all. And we're not worried about the Eagles anyway, because the Eagles, next 7 to 8 games is going to be a turning point anyway in the season. So we worried about the 49ers
They skating back.
Right now.
We
ain't worried about y'all, Wayne. We ain't worried about the Eagles right now. We worried about the 49ers right now. They've been our kryptonite the last couple of years. We worried about the 49ers right now. We handle y'all later.
Well, this is going to be a nice little stretch for us.
Yeah.
These next 4 or 5 games.
Yeah. Yes, it will be. Yeah, we play the Rams and the Chargers as well. And Philly on the back end. I mean, hey, no cakewalks in the NFL.
We got Seattle. We got Seattle in there somewhere.
After that, I think after the Philly game, I guess. I think.
No, we got 49ers, Chargers, Rams, Eagles, Giants, Panthers. We got the elevator music going on around here.
I'm sorry, my bad. My bad.
I thought that was Kill Bill for a second. I'm like, what are we doing over here?
We got the Seahawks November 30th.
Gotcha.
So our stretch right now is, and these next 4 games it's not a make it or break it. And in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, obviously I want us to win every game. But if we go 2-2 over these next 4 games, I think that we will accomplish something. And that's 49ers, Chargers, Rams, and Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just my opinion. I would like to go 3-1.
I'm gonna be on with this. We should be looking at 3-1 with this defense, man. Barred injury. You know what I'm saying?
As long as Hooker, his assignments, he knows his assignments though. Hooker, listen, I don't know what's going on. That's not the Hooker that I know. So I'm like, Hooker, what you doing? Are you still sick? What's going on? You hurt? Because they picking on Hooker though. Picking on him.
And all it is just pretty much it's crossing routes. It's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing. Flashy. It's just straight.
He don't want to stick his nose in there. He don't want to stick his nose in there, man.
You're gonna have to though.
Yeah, he don't want to stick his nose in there. That's what I saw on the Gary West. I said, you should have knocked him in the middle of next week. You should knock the shoes off his feet. Right? You had him dead to right.
Exactly. But it's been bad angles.
Yeah.
So the bright spot of the defense, obviously, we We got Michael Parsons in the D line, and but Bland. This kid is balling.
That's my guy. That's my guy. When I saw him, when we drafted him in the 5th, when I saw him, I said, perfect. He a perfect fit for what Quinn wants to do on defense. Soon as somebody get hurt, they ain't getting their spot back. I don't know if it's Andy Brown, I don't know if it's J. Lou, but whoever get hurt first, outside of Trayvon Diggs, not getting their spot back.
Nah, he's balling. He has 8 interceptions in 2 years, and this season is only a quarter in. He's balling. He's balling. He's really balling. He's playing. He's playing with speed too, and he can tackle. He's not afraid to support in the running game. That's what I like.
He stick his nose in there. That's what I liked about him.
So and then the next thing is LVE. What do you guys take on LVE?
I think he's Sean Lee. To be honest with you, all the injuries are starting to take its toll on him. If you look at Sean Lee's performance when he first came in the league and then he started getting injured, his performance is going downhill, and the same thing with LVE. LVE, I love his heart, but he might need to be replaced sooner than later. He's another, between him and Hooker, they probably gonna need to be replaced sooner or later. And I like LVE, I really do, but the injuries, man, you can't have spinal injuries, neck injuries, back injuries, and expect to always, be that same player. You know what I'm saying? You can't. There's no way. So I like his aggressiveness. I like who he is, but we're gonna have to eventually replace him.
So I don't know if I put this in our little group chat, but I love to listen to to them talk, when they're trying to make adjustments. And did you hear how the Patriots, Mac Jones called out 55? He called out 55 twice. And what did they do? Ran right at him. They ran right at 55. So, when he gets in a hole, if he reads it quickly and he gets in a hole, he's there. But if he doesn't read it quick, he becomes a big liability. A big liability. So,
and the speed is not really there. Right. So and I kind of saw that in the Arizona game. So I was like, we're gonna have to get younger and faster right there. Like that was glaring, right? And I was like, we're gonna have to get younger and faster at their position. Right.
But it's evident though. It's evident that something's wrong with him. He's not playing up to snuff. And that's a good analogy with him and Sean Lee. It's just the fact that we have more defensive parts now on this defense than when Sean Lee played. That's the difference. We have better parts. That's the difference. Cooley trying to be funny. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. But we have better parts now. But I'm just saying, But
Cooley got a point though with this last comment saying, but when Lee went down, the defense went down too. Now he do got a point there. So, and let me play devil's advocate. When LVE went down last year, we did miss him.
Yeah, we did suffer.
We did miss him. So, we're gonna have to get young and faster though. It got to happen at some point. Because
last year though we was a little bit young at the linebacker position, and I think this year if he went down, I think we'd be in a better position.
Yeah,
if he went down,
Nick Jefferson up there.
Yeah, we did. Great question though. How we gonna stop the run?
We were in a better position. This year we're in better position. This year. How are you gonna stop the run?
So Wayne has said Wayne Charles, he's an Eagles fan by the way, but me and him have had a couple of discussions over the past couple of weeks. So what's going to happen when the 49ers run McCaffrey right at Micah? Many believe he's going to be exposed as a weak run defender.
So Wayne, let me ask you. So you think nobody has tried to run at Michael in 4 weeks? You saw the Jets try to run. You saw the Jets try to run at Michael when we lined them up inside and it was a TFL. Right? They can go right ahead. Tell them go right ahead.
They did it last year too, though.
Listen to Boss Scott if you want to.
They did it last year though. The 49ers did the same thing last year in the playoffs. It's the same thing. They did it last year. We're not taking the 49ers lightly at all.
But now
we know how to make adjustments to them.
This is what I want to see. I want to see how they handle Mozzie on the inside.
Right.
Because we didn't have somebody like that to where you had to. You about can't single Mozzie. He too strong. Somebody finna get walked in the backfield if you single him up.
But I'm gonna use your words, Mr. Cowboy Nation. A lot of people are saying that Mozzie has only 3 or 4 tackles for the season, if that many.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what would be your counter to that?
Just look at the film. Look at all the blocks he's commanding. And that's why Michael Parsons is coming scot-free on the loop around. The QB look this way and look back, Michael Parsons sacking him, right? That's why. Because you got 2-3 dudes on Mozzie. That's why them stunts are wide open like that. We didn't draft Mozzie to have 12 sacks, and we drafted Mozzie to clog the middle of. We drafted Mozzie to be nasty and disruptive in the middle. Somebody you had to triple and double to open up the edge guys, right? So if like next time you see Michael Parsons coming on that stunt and he got a lane you can drive a truck through, I guarantee you Hankins or Mozzie got two or three dudes on him.
So as Kevin said here, do you think that somebody will go and use the Arizona blocking scheme against us?
The off tackle, yeah, they're gonna try.
Somebody gonna try it.
It's a copycat league, so they're gonna try it.
Mm-hmm. Somebody gonna try it.
James Conner was auditioning to play for the Cowboys. That's why he looked like Jim Brown.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, James Conner want to play for the Cowboys. James Conner, listen, there was already a rumor that the Cowboys wanted to trade for him right before the season started. So you think James Conner didn't hear that? Said, nah, the Cardinals not going anywhere. Let me go out here and show the Cowboys that hey, I'm a legitimate back because we do need another back anyway.
Yeah, we really do. We really do.
We need another
back. That's
what
it do, man. We do. We need a power back. What y'all think about Leonard Fournette, man?
I don't know. Nicky said he out of shape. The last time I brought it up, I almost got beat.
Yeah, he keeps showing up fat, don't he?
Like, maybe he just gained. Maybe he got grown man weight now.
He's not staying in shape. Like he's not staying in shape. That's why the last 2 teams that he went to audition for, they passed on him because they said he was gassed. He was gassed too fast because he's out of shape.
Damn, Leonard.
Denver wanted to sign him, and I mean, how bad Denver is, you would think they would just take anybody.
Yeah, you ain't lying. You ain't lying about that.
You know what I'm saying? And Sean Payton was like he was gassed, like he was just gassed on his workout. He was overweight. They gave him a little minute, and he was like, "Hey, go do this, come back." And that mother came back weighing 5 more extra pounds.
He eating healthy down there. He eating healthy down south. That's what it is. All that damn good cooking down there.
You think he back in Louisiana or somewhere?
I can't blame him on that. Nah, we got the best food. We got the best food.
About that.
I can't blame him.
Good food down there. Hey, listen,
it is a good food down there.
We got the best food.
Hey, you see, that's why Zion messed up.
That ain't what happened to Zion.
No, that ain't what happened to Zion.
Yeah,
he was eating, but he wasn't eating no.
I'm going on mute.
He better get some chicken wings or something. Zion know what he did wrong.
and they wasn't Magic City.
Right.
It was something like it, though.
It was something like it.
It was something.
It was something like it. It was something like it.
You know what? I'll be back.
It was in the champagne room. I can tell you that.
When Miley go to break.
It was in the champagne room, baby. Oh, sugar.
This is when Miley got mad at Stephen A. and Shannon Sharp the other day and cut them off. She said, "Y'all don't listen."
They be saying Molly hell, boy.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, them two together, boy, they be giving it to her. Molly said, "Listen, y'all not gonna do this to me every day. I can't."
All right. So, what do y'all think of Jerry Jones' statement saying that San Francisco is pretty much the cream of the crop of the NFL, and he expects them to be in the Super Bowl?
Oh, you know, Jerry.
No. But see, that's the thing. People left out.
I think that's kind of taken out of context. I don't think he meant it like that. Yeah,
they left out the whole statement. They left out the whole statement. He did say that, but they twisted, they tweaked it, and they left it out how he said it. What he said was, if I had to pick a team that would go into the Super Bowl right now, I would have to pick 49ers. That's what he said. He said, but in order for them to get there, they got to come through Dallas. That's what he said. They left all that out. He said,
sound bites.
If I had to pick a team today, I would have to go with 49ers. He said, but they got to come through Dallas to get there. They left all that out. That's what he said.
Wayne, you real brave for somebody that skated past the Patriots, man.
Barely
like y'all.
Yo, he's a true Eagles fan. Yo, he's a true Eagles fan. He gonna bring the smoke. He don't care. He don't care. He gonna bring the Eagles smoke. That's
Eagles really could easily be 1-3 right now.
Thank you.
If they played teams with a better quarterback or a team that can actually finish the game, Eagles could easily be 1-3 right now.
Mac Jones had some receivers. Mac Jones would have beat
I don't know why Washington didn't.
They could be. Let's just say if Zeke didn't fumble that ball, that's how they scored the first touchdown by Zeke fumbling the ball. Zeke don't fumble that ball. That's a different game. The game last week. The game just
they got
Amtrak.
They skated past.
The Northeast Corridor train comes through Philly. The hell? Wayne's funny. I can't wait till we play the Eagles, but that's gonna be that. I know.
Cody said Washington should have went for 2. Yep. Yeah, they should have went for 2 instead of. So with this statement here, a W is a W.
You're right. A W is a W.
It sure is.
It is.
I'm gonna take a picture of that. I'm gonna screenshot that too because I don't want to hear.
A W is a W until we beat them.
Right. Until we beat them. About to say until the Cowboys. Yeah. Then we ain't played nobody.
We cheated. The Reds played for us.
A W is a W is a W. I got you. Gotcha.
Oh man!
If what's his name didn't fumble the ball in the end zone against Minnesota, that was a loss.
Man, and then Minnesota walked them down.
That's what I said. If that fumble didn't happen in the end zone with Minnesota,
I'm talking about Justin Jefferson. You ain't lying.
That was a loss.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Justin Jefferson going in. He going in for a tub.
But y'all saw all the interceptions Dak threw in the training camp, but he only got 1. Jaden got what, 3, 4?
He threw a pick in every game.
He threw 2 in Tampa Bay. I'm just saying, I'm the interception. I'm
about to say so.
The interception girl this year.
Before anybody
interception girl this year.
Before anybody dispute Nikki, she's got a rolling tally of every interception by every quarterback in this league.
Well, you probably need to send that to Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharp every Monday, just so they can know what's going on.
But
we got a black.
Hey, put Tavis comment though. Wayne, read this comment, so just know it ain't just us. Tell Eagle fan that now the one about the pass defense being butt cheeks. Yeah, that one right there. Put that one up there.
Ryan Charles, he said
same James Bradbury, CD Lamb used to abuse in New York. Is the same.
We ain't worried about Bradbury. CD always
can't wait. Can't wait.
Here we go. 4-0 wins and wins and win. Okay.
Yeah. They 4-0.
That's what he said. That's what Wayne said. So when we win a game we supposed to lose, I'm gonna say a wins and wins and win. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing.
Well, Real Bruton said Mac Jones cooked that Eagle secondary. So let me look up. Let me see how much. Because Mac Jones, Belichick pulled Mac Jones Sunday, right? It got so bad.
Yeah,
right?
he did.
Okay,
Wayne
so let me
came
see.
in.
Yeah, let me see what Mac Jones did against the Eagles. Let me pull it
I got you. I got you. I'm ready.
you got me.
I
So
got
what did Mac Jones do?
Let's see.
I know Jaden threw an interception. I know Jalen fumbled the ball.
So, do you just want me to do a comparison, quarterback comparison with the Eagles?
Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's compare apples to apples. Yeah, you know.
Okay. So that day,
do that.
Now we got the excuse. We're a little banged up.
Oh.
Now we got the excuse. We're a little banged up in the secondary.
Dude, we got an all-pro corner out. You can take that. You can kick right. We got an all-pro cover guy out.
Yo, Foxy, I don't know if he want to see them stats. Ooh, Lord, have mercy.
So Jalen was 22 of 33 for 173, 5.2. He didn't throw an interception that game.
Okay. He had a fumble.
Look at Matt.
Was it a
fumble? Yeah.
He had a fumble.
Okay. So he had a turnover.
Yeah. Mac Jones, 35 of 54 for 316.
316.
316, baby. 316. Three touchdown passes.
Oh,
three.
My. Oh, my. Oh, my.
All right. Let's go back here. So he said we were a little banged up in the secondary. Okay, we got let's see here. Kirk Cousins killed that defense.
Kirk Cousins lit him up too. Then hey, look, and let's just be honest. You know that good for about 340 and 40 points, right? When the Eagles had the Super Bowl, and I use that term loosely, Super Bowl caliber defense, Dak was the only QB to go for 300 plus and 40 points on them. Only one. And they played Mahomes and everything last year, but Dak was the only one to go for over 300 multiple touchdowns.
No, he didn't.
So I can imagine what he's gonna do this year.
And so going back to a win is a win is a win. What quarterback is the only quarterback that was somewhat semi-successful against the Jets this year? It was Dak. Dak was the only quarterback that had somewhat of a success against the Jets defense.
They gave Mahomes problems. They did.
Yeah. They gave Mahomes problems. They gave Buffalo problems.
Josh Allen got Whiteside got him paid. He threw so many picks to him. He got him paid. He made him $250,000
just on those 3 picks. He gonna be all pro because of them 3 picks. Just watch what I tell
you. So I'm not one of I'm giving everybody flowers. The Eagles and the 49ers, they're 4-0. Can't nobody deny that.
Yeah.
And as of right now, they are looking like, well, they have the best record in football. I can't say that they're looking like the best teams in the NFL. Record-wise, they are the best teams in the NFL. You got to say that Buffalo.
You don't get smashed though.
Even with Buffalo had a loss, but they're in my opinion, if I'm not a Cowboys fan, I would say that Buffalo's look like the best team in the NFL.
Now
Buffalo and Kansas City. But Buffalo put a whooping on Miami. So
yeah, they did.
Yeah. So I would have to say that, Buffalo and I don't get into the rankings. I can't stand NFL rankings.
I can't either. I can't do it.
I just can't stand NFL rankings because there's too many variables. Teams match up against other teams a lot differently. We built our team to beat Philadelphia. And San Fran. That's what we beat our team for. So there's gonna be some teams that's gonna get us. I go back to the years when Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, they were going back and forth. But Peyton Manning could never beat Tom Brady. because they were so worried about their division. So when they finally built a team to beat Tom Brady, that's when they got to the Super Bowl. Let's see here.
Hey, let me ask you a quick question. Whose defense is better, the Jets or the 49ers defense? If you look on paper, whose defense is better, the Jets or the 49ers?
I'm looking on
whose
tape.
defense is better?
Looking at tape?
No, I'm just saying it could be tape or on paper. Which defense is better, the 49ers or the Jets defense? Because they're similar defenses as well. But whose is better?
I think I gotta give the edge to 49ers.
I'm gonna get an edge to the 49ers simply because of Bosa. I don't think the Jets got an edge guy that can just wreck a game. Quentin Williams is nice, but they ain't got no edge guy that can just totally wreck the game. Like Bosa can wreck the game.
Yeah.
Right. So so I had to get it to the Niners.
But the Jets have a better secondary than the Niners.
Yes, that ain't close. Yeah, that ain't
That's
close.
not close.
Jets definitely got a big second. Yeah, that's not close.
So if we neutralize Bosa, what you're telling me is we can neutralize Bosa, we got a really good chance of beating the 49ers.
30. If we can neutralize Bosa, we can hang 30 on them. Cause they ain't got a corner in their secondary and go one-on-one with number 88. He gonna kill them. Whoever they want to line up one-on-one, gonna wipe their nose all night.
So
if we just was to use numbers, which team in the NFL? So I'm going to just give up yards given up by defense. You got the Browns, who are giving up 197 yards a game. Cowboys at 260, Baltimore at 261, Detroit at 280, and San Francisco at 284. Buffalo at 288. Those are your top 6 teams as far as yards given. Points. Cowboys is giving up average 10.3 points a game. Buffalo 13.8. San Francisco at 14.5. Rushing. You got at the Lions at 61, Philadelphia at 63, San Francisco at 66. And then we go down here to 111.8, but that was mainly because of the 224 yards that we gave up to Arizona. Passing. Cleveland 125, Cowboys 148, Baltimore 168, Buffalo 169, Atlanta 176. Wait a minute, hold on. I don't see the Saints. I don't see where is San Francisco? Okay. They're at 218. So they're ranked 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. They're 15th in passing. Oh, so just you know what? As much as I hate
who 15? Who 15 in passing?
San Francisco.
No.
So middle of the pack, average.
We can hear you though, Smokey Batman.
Smokey Batman has got a full-grown beard now. We don't even recognize him.
Give me a second.
So you telling me if we neutralize Bosa, we have a good chance of beating the 49ers?
Yeah.
We neutralize them because their secondary is not better than the Jets.
Nah,
not at all. So we neutralize both, so we can win this game.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, here you go. Put some respect on my name.
So giving the 49ers. 49ers had the most talent. Everybody's saying that the 49ers have a better defense than us.
Oh, the Jets.
Be careful on those stats on paper.
That's why we play on the field, not on paper.
Well, I mean, this the stats on paper because it actually happened, right? Yeah. It's not like people making up numbers and putting them on paper. Like this is data from what actually happened.
And the reason why I bring up the Jets too. The reason why I bring up the Jets is because their head coach used to be the 49ers defensive coordinator. So they have some similarities. So that's why I brought up the Jets defense versus the 49ers. So I'm like, you know what? If we could do some different things and score in the red zone, we have a great chance of beating the 49ers. We have a great chance.
But I'm gonna say this here. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go ahead, my brother.
That can do. I take all the red zone trouble. We can go 1-5 again, as long as we get in something when we get in the red zone, and we keep that defense out there. If we keep San Fran's defense out there and just come away with something and let our defense rest, our pass, our dogs can hunt for all 4 quarters, we will eventually walk off because this defense will eventually take the ball away. That's what they do. Like at this point, it ain't even a fluke no more. Like we about to be leading the league in takeaways for the 3rd straight year. At this point, this is what this defense do. It takes the ball away, right? So if Dak can just we can just lean on San Fran's defense, right, and let our defense hunt. If our defense can hunt for 4 quarters, we will eventually take the ball away, and we will get this offense a short field, right? So all they got to do is do what he keep doing. Don't get him nothing. Don't turn the ball over. I'm cool with the 3. If we take 3 or 4 minutes off the clock and get 3, and we can keep the defense fresh and defense do what they've been doing, we're gonna be all right.
So on the flip side about their offense, Brock Purdy has the best rating in football right now.
Yeah, they scored 30+ a game too. Offense is carrying them this year. It's not the defense. Like I stated, it's not the defense. It's their offense is carrying the 49ers this year.
And
definitely got to stop
thing,
the run.
So, in our case, we saying the defense is leading the charge, right? And offense kind of taking the back seat. But it's different. It's like vice versa with them. Their offense is kind of – so what happens when the offense hits a snag or starts slow? Can the defense carry them, right? So, and nobody's asking that question. Nobody's asking. So what happens if the defense gives up a long drive to Dak, like he came out against the Jets, straight down the field 7-0, right? And now these pass rushers can hunt early. And we found out San Fran can't block us up front, just like pretty much everybody else. Even in the Arizona game, Arizona said we're gonna run it. We're not gonna even deal with the pass rush. We're gonna run the ball. Arizona didn't want no part of the pass rush.
But I don't think I don't think that San Francisco is gonna give up on the run game.
They're gonna run. They're gonna try to pound that thing.
Yeah, even if they're behind by 2 scores.
Yeah, they're not gonna stop the run.
Be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. Be my guest. You get down 2 scores against this team this year, you're not gonna be able to run the ball. Like, they pissed them off last year. People were still running the ball and they down 10+ points. Right? And if you hear them on the sideline, we got to earn the right to rush. They know they got to stop the run, right? So if you get down, that's not gonna work this year.
All right, Kevin.
All right, Kevin. Good night. Thank you.
Kev.
So even if you go back to the Arizona game, we gave up 244.
Too many damn yards.
Yeah, or whatever it was. I think a lot of that was we allowed that quarterback to run.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Be your guest. McCaffrey and Debo are going to have 250 yards on the ground.
They didn't do it last year.
What they do last year in the playoffs? What they do last year in the playoffs?
Yeah, Debo.
I think Debo had like 70 yards total. That's rushing and passing.
That's why it's important that Izzy plays next week. Izzy can neutralize Debo. I'm telling you, they played again in college. They played again, so he knows Izzy can neutralize Debo just like he did last year. The only thing is McCaffrey getting loose. That's the only thing we need to stop McCaffrey from getting loose.
Yeah, we got to bottom McCaffrey up. McCaffrey playing at the MVP level right now. I can't even front on that.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So what was you saying, Jeff?
I said Debo's not your biggest concern with the wide receivers, though.
No, Ayuk.
It's
Ayuk.
Ayuk.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
Ayuk.
Ayuk. It's
Yeah.
Ayuk. It's
So I
Ayuk.
mean,
Ayuk is.
you can focus on Debo, but you look in the wrong direction.
Ayuk is a better route runner than Debo is. He's smooth with his routes.
Ayuk been
That's
balling.
50-50 ball too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he been
She
balling.
did.
So without being a homer, and I'm speaking mostly to our viewers and listeners, what do you think the Cowboys need to do to neutralize San Francisco, or for us to have success against them in this game? And that's to us too, but I want to hear comments from our viewers. If Debo is healthy, you can't focus on him because they love him all around.
He was healthy last year and we stopped him too.
I promise. Shut him down.
John says, "Bring our heart."
We got a heart. I don't think that's it. I think Dak has to play within himself as well.
Yep.
That's
No,
the
I
thing.
think Dak needs to just play. You know, all this conservative shit all this conservative stuff that we've been doing needs to stop. He needs to go out there and just play.
Wing that ball. If you throw interception, Wing it. You got to do something. Open up. Listen, the 49ers play bracket defenses. We know that. You got to take shots down the field. If we don't take shots down the field, man, Cooks is here for a reason. Like I stated in the beginning, you got to let Cooks cook. You have to. Cooks looks like he gets frustrated when he doesn't get the ball on a regular basis. Let that man go deep a couple times. First play of the game, do something different. Give it to him on a wide receiver reverse something. Get him involved in the game. Give the 49ers a different look. Do something.
The
Because he's
problem with
getting
that,
frustrated.
See, but
The
you know,
problem
another
with that
thing too,
is
but you
they're
got to
not
keep
willing
in
to
mind,
go
like the
deep.
defense. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jeff.
No, say Boogie, they're not willing to go deep right now. They're playing uber conservative on offense. I know, right? I understand. You want them to go deep, but they're not doing it. If it's not what you're doing, it's going to be awkward, right? This is not the kind of team that you decide you want to say, you know what? Now I want to take shots. Now I want to do something that I haven't been doing the previous 4 weeks. Because if you do that, it's going to end up reverse of what you guys have been doing on defense. I'm sorry, but that's the way it's going to end up.
Got to take chances, though, Jeff. This is what we're going into the second quarter of the season.
I'm not disagreeing with you, right? You got to take chances, but you can't just say, you know what? I want to start sending Cooks deep, right? You can't just say, I want 9 routes all day long with him because you haven't been doing it, and practice is not the right time to try and do it. This may not be the right time to run 9 routes. I'm sorry.
Listen, last year when we did run the 9 routes, we were very successful against the 49ers. We were.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is that you can't have the same vanilla offense against the 49ers, or else they're just going to have bracket coverage just like they did last year. They start sitting on routes. You got to do something outside the box.
Agree.
They start sitting on routes, and that's not going to be good for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot. You got to open up, especially go attack their cornerbacks. Their cornerbacks are the weakest link on their defense. Why not attack their cornerbacks? I understand our offensive line's been banged up. That could be one of the reasons why we've been having some issues in the red zone and whatever. But we have to attack them. That's their weakness. You have to attack them. The Cardinals just showed you. The Cardinals' game plan just showed you what to do. It's just the fact the Cardinals don't have the talent to stay with them. We do. That's the thing, our O-line, that's why Mr. Smith, Tyron Smith, hopefully you're healthy enough to play this game because we're going to need you, brother. We're going to need him.
So, hypothetically, if the Cowboys lose this game on Sunday, how would you feel? How would everybody on this panel feel, and our listeners and viewers? How would you feel if the Cowboys lost this game on Sunday? Would you be Would your season be over? Would you be disappointed? Would you be like they're just a better team and we'll see you down the line?
It depends on how we play. It depends on how we play, though. It depends on how we play. If we come out there and we lose by 1 point, all right, fine. But we lose by 8 or 10 points, I'm like, yo, what are we doing? We had all those off-season acquisitions for this. Season's not over. But I'm saying, like, it depends on our attitude. We come out, we smashing them in the face, they smashing us, and we going back and forth, fine. But if we lose by double digits, I'm going to be like, man, come on, you can't be serious. You can't be serious.
So can I play a clip real quick from First Things First this morning? And this is kind of how I felt about this game. Let me see if I can get it up here real quick. I hope I got the right sound bite up.
Oh, there's another dad hater. Lord. It's the Jennings.
No volume, Sean.
It's low. Oh, I'm reading lips.
So the point that I was, when I saw this, the point that I really was trying to emphasize was when he says, right now for the Cowboys, whether they win or if they lose against the 49ers, it's going to be damned if they do, damned if they don't. Because the narrative is the narrative coming from, especially, as he said, people like the talking heads or the media. It's going to be, okay, the Cowboys beat the 49ers. They're not going to be able to beat them in the regular season. If the Cowboys lose, the Cowboys lost to the 49ers, and this is what's going to happen to them in the playoffs. So that's what I took from that little statement right there.
Mm-hmm. I'll take the win, though. I'll take the win.
Yeah, I'll take the win.
I'll take the win.
I'll take the win.
I'll take the win.
I'll take the win. Yeah. I'll take the dub.
It may be one game, but the psychological aspect of beating the 49ers that have actually beat you 2 years in a row in the playoffs, that's the thing. It's like you beat them psychologically, it does something to you. If you lose, you may start looking in the mirror like, yo, can we really beat this team? And you don't want to have that attitude. Psychologically thinking, you don't want to have that attitude. It's like, damn, 3 years in a row? It's like, wait a minute, what we doing? You don't want that. So right. I want this win. I want all the smoke. I want the win.
Yeah. Keep that same energy, Wayne, because you know y'all like to move the goalpost. So y'all love to move the goalpost. And that goes right into my next question. What if it's one of those games to where, like I said, Dak puts them behind the 8-ball early and his defense kind of uglies the game up and we run off? What happens then? Because nobody's asking that question, and it can happen. But this pass rush can neutralize any QB in this league if you get behind 2 scores and you decide, hey, we got to drop back and pass a little bit. This pass rush can neutralize any QB in this league. So what happens if they get a couple takeaways, a couple scooping scores like they did with Mac Jones, and Dak's sitting down for a quarter? So what's going to be the narrative then? Is it still gonna be we ain't played nobody, right? The
narrative is gonna be is that San Francisco just didn't come out and play, that they took us lightly. That's what the narrative is.
That's
But
the ESPN narrative. That's the ESPN narrative.
I want to give Jeff an opportunity to talk about his game from this past weekend, because I know he has a lot to say about that game.
I mean, there is a lot to say, right? But I think what's more prevalent right now is the game that you guys have more so than ours, right? We're playing LA, got it, right? I think there's a lot of discussion on what is your defense going to do, right? How does your defense come out the gate? Do they stop San Francisco, or does San Francisco move the ball? The whole conversation all year long has been when the defense for Dallas comes out and starts strong and gets themselves ahead, they put themselves in a position to win the game. And when they do that, they win the games handily. The one time, right? And again, we're 4 games into the season. The one time that didn't happen, it did not look good. They were behind the power curve, right? And they were playing from behind. It's a weird dichotomy that you guys face right now, right? Everything's won in the trenches, right? So when your defensive line is pressing, but the offensive line is pushing forward because they want to run, right? That's going to wear you down, and it's going to take you a lot longer to make things happen. When the other team's offense, right, not the Dallas offense, the other team's offense needs to push the ball downfield quickly because they're behind, and they start making that backwards step, that changes the whole dynamic of the game, right? That's exactly what this game is going to boil down to, right? It's O-line versus D-line, and it's going to be on essentially the San Francisco D-line and the Dallas O-line. How does that happen, right? Because I think with what Brock has been doing, with being as conservative as he has, right? Because he hasn't thrown over 265 yards, I think, this year, right? But he's been accurate and he's getting the ball out quick. I think that if he's able to do that, they'll do well. If they have to depend on the run because they're ahead, that's going to be problematic for Dallas, right? That's my concern. If they go up quick and early because CMC runs the ball in between the tackles better than almost anybody right now, and he puts you guys down by at least, score 10 points, it changes play calling and the dynamic of that game just a little bit. And I think that's what's more important, right? For us, Matt Stafford's got a bad hip, right? I'm never an advocate of hurting anybody, but I'm blitzing that dude early and often. Right? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
He's playing hurt. You got to go after him.
He's playing hurt. I'm going to go after him, right? So we got Puka Nacua, the rookie, who was absolutely dominating.
Yeah, he
balling. Receiver, right? But here's the problem. Cooper Kupp is coming back this week, right? So does he pull away from Puka's numbers, right? And how does that disbursement of the ball change what that offense does? I'm not scared of their running backs, right? So the only thing that I have to be concerned about is what is Matt Stafford going to do to get rid of the ball quickly, right? What are we going to do as a secondary, right, to counter what we've seen? We have been absolutely god awful this year with allowing teams to just pass all over us, all over on us, right? Now we did just sign, Roby today from the Saints, right? Isn't that his name? Yeah, Bradley Roby, right? This is now the third person.
Corner.
Yeah, so he's a nickel corner, right? Which is exactly where we're hurting right now, right? This is now the third player that we've taken from New Orleans. Malcolm Jenkins, CJGJ, Bradley Roby. Now, I'm not going to put him in that conversation just yet, right? But I'm saying this is the third person that we've taken from New Orleans secondary that has come to us and is balled out. If that happens, that changes everything for us and allows us to move a little bit more fluid, right? N'Kobe Dean's been sitting out for a while, but Nicholas Moreau has been balling, right? Our defensive line still getting there, although Washington did a damn good job this week in holding us up. But I think I think it's going to be a good game. But again, I expect us to come away from the win, even though we're going out west this week. But I'm more focused on how the chess game that is the Dallas and San Francisco game is played this week.
It's gonna be a chess match, just like the
Yeah, man.
'90s.
Yeah, man.
I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I just have a feeling. I just have this feeling. You have two good defenses, two good offenses, and it might be a 30-20 game.
I don't think it's going to be high scoring at all, if I'm honest with you. I think it's going to be a grinded out. I think it's going to be a grinded out game, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Your defense is solid, right? Probably the best not probably, but the best overall defensive unit in the NFL, right? I don't care what anybody says about San Francisco and their front line. You guys are overall the best defensive unit in the NFL. That's where it's going to be. I'm telling you, low scoring game.
30-21 Cowboys win. I'm gonna tell you, 30-21. That's gonna have his revenge game. I'm telling you, this game is gonna be on Dak Prescott. This is his revenge tour, starting with them. I'm telling you, 30-21. That's just my belief right now because both of these offenses are high powered. Let's be honest. It's just the fact that we just need to be a little bit more explosive. But it's going to be the defense. It's going to be the cornerbacks. Their cornerbacks are not that strong. Our cornerbacks are better than theirs. I'm telling you, we have time. We neutralize Bosa. If Bosa's not rushing the passer, right? Who else is going to rush the passer besides maybe blitzing Fred Warner? Or Hargraves. I forgot about Hargraves.
They got big Hargraves. But we're familiar with Hargraves, though. Yeah, we're familiar with Hargraves.
Javon, all he does
I think
is
it's going to be a
clog up the middle.
high-scoring game. It's Sunday night. First of all, Sunday night. When's the last time the Cowboys played a defensive game on Sunday night? Or the 49. Those games are usually high-powered on Sunday night.
So I got to address this real quick. Wayne, Jeff is probably one of the most objective Eagles fans I've ever met. But at the same time, he gives us shit too, you know. So he right now he's just speaking he's speaking from. If we wasn't on this platform right now, me and Jeff would probably be going back and forth talking about each other's team.
Be putting a hammer down.
Yes. So please don't mistaken this man's talk right now as if he really likes the Cowboys. This is an objective.
I hate the Cowboys.
He does.
I hate him.
Yo, Wayne, we in the same chat group too. We in the same group. He be going at the Cowboys all the time. The other fans can't take it. The other Cowboy fans melt. I'm like, man, come on, Jeff. Why you doing that?
Right.
Look, like I said before, that's my escape, right? When I come here and I talk with you guys, I'm able to be, a football fan, right? Yes, yeah. I rock my green, right? You guys are rocking the star. I get it. We have our differences. We hate each other's teams, but I have no hate for any one of you four that I'm looking at right now, right? And that's the way it should be. But get me in them groups. Woo!
Yes, sir.
Yeah, going down. Hey, going down in the groups, though, Jack.
Don't try to be all mushy, Jeff. We still beating your ass.
Hey, I can be.
Definitely smash and grab.
We still tapping that ass.
Yo, somebody say smash and grab. That's
me. When I say they're gonna be smash and grab when we see y'all.
Today is my one day a year that I'm allowed to be mushy, right? Today's my anniversary. Today's my 8-year anniversary. K Boogie came by and showed his respects, and I appreciate you.
Yes, I did.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Happy anniversary.
Today's my one day. But y'all got 2.5 hours. And the horn's coming back.
I love it.
Yeah, that's like I said, Jeff's my guy here. Actually, him, Nikki, and I, we started doing this together back in the day, about 5 years ago. So
this is up.
No matter whether we beat the Eagles or the Eagles beat us, we're still fam. So Jeff, You can sit at Thanksgiving. You can sit at the little kids' table. So
As long as I get a plate, bro. As long as I get a plate, I'm happy. Don't let me go hungry. Don't let me go hungry, bro. That's
Yo, you
it.
gonna give him some dessert too, Foxy? He gonna get some dessert.
yeah, I got a couple ice cream. Ice cream with the little ice cream sandwiches in the freezer.
Okay.
But no,
As long as you're the
seriously.
fat boys, man, we're good.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Fat boys.
One thing that I love about these 5 individuals, on this show, is that we can we'll disagree. We all will disagree with each other, but at the same time, we respect each other's opinions, and that's how we want all of our listeners and viewers to view this show. Say what you want, don't attack the person. You might not like what I say, but don't attack the person, because there has been some individuals that have come on our show that they got the business from us, but they attacked us as a person and not our opinions. So I just wanted to get that out there. So Wayne, you don't have to worry. Wayne Charles, you don't have to worry that your fellow Eagles fan is over here.
Exactly. He bleed green, boy. He bleed green. He just mushy face tonight. You don't give him the mushy face tonight. You know what I'm saying?
One time, bro.
Wayne don't understand.
You caught me on an off night.
Yeah.
He cool,
So with that
chilling.
being said, Nikki, do you wanna go over the games for this weekend so we can do our predictions?
No, I don't have the list.
I'll get it for you. Shit, I'm about to get cussed out in a minute.
Why?
She could be like, "Don't you roll your eyes."
You want me to run, Sean? You want me to run through it?
Yeah. Go
Jeff,
ahead
you
and
got
run
it.
through
Yeah, I don't have the
All
list.
right. So
Okay.
I didn't know that was gonna be my part of the show tonight.
just what pulled up first, right? So
Yo, God, Joe.
Commanders and Bears, right?
Oh,
Chicago at home at 5.5-point dogs. I mean,
That's easy.
do we really need to discuss this one much?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go based off of what happened last week with
Excuse me.
Bears. I'm gonna have to go with Commanders.
Yeah. As long as they're not gassed at the end of the game,
Y'all
right?
all on the Commanders, right?
Yeah.
All on the Commanders.
Yeah.
So y'all think the Bears ain't pissed for blowing this lead?
I think the players are, but the coach is not.
Bears pissed, man. Bears pissed.
You think the Redskins
Denver.
are not upset because the Commanders are not
Denver.
upset because they didn't beat actually the Eagles?
You know what? I think if anything, that gave the Commanders confidence they were able to play with the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? So
except for Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera don't have no confidence, right?
I'm just joking, bro. Give me the Commanders.
How many times did that dude go?
I'm just playing, man.
I don't know who my quarterback is. I didn't know we had a shot to make the playoffs. I thought my players were gassed. Like, come on, Ron, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Riverboat Ron, baby.
Riverboat Ron.
Although I do feel like
he was a
Justin
gambler,
Fields,
bro. Like,
I'm sorry. Although I do feel like Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Sam Howell. I do feel like that, and I know he. And I mean, just his skill set to me is better than Sam Howell. But I think Commanders is better coached. They're gonna have better coaching, and they're gonna have better play calling.
Yeah, Bears are dumpster fire right now. I can't even. I'm just trying to make it interesting. But
yeah, and honestly, going back to Washington, if I had a chance to go for 2 or go for overtime against the Eagles in Philadelphia, I would have rather lost trying to go for 2
than lost in overtime.
Than lost in overtime.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know, man. You got to stay alive. You know what I'm saying? So I think they tried. They did what they did. They stayed alive. They just didn't make enough plays in overtime.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying is that we, I got one play at the 2-yard line to win the game, or I got another 10 minutes to try to win. So I would have took my chances and told my team, I got, this is a close game, a division rivalry. We're away. Let's put the game away right now. We just threw I don't want to call it a Hail Mary touchdown, with a walk-off touchdown with time expiring. You have all the momentum. The minute you went out there and flipped that coin, momentum gone. It's now a new ball game. Yeah, it's now a new ball game. So that's what I would have done. But I'm sitting here with you guys, so I'll get paid to make that
decision. All
right. So we pretty much got Commanders, Bears. Jerome, you taking Bears?
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears. Yeah, I'm just joking. I'm not taking the Bears. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm taking Commanders. Yeah, the Bears are done for Bears are done for
We ought to keep track of these. I think that would be fun to keep track and see how it works out week to week.
Right.
All right. So we got
Bills. We'll start next Jaguars. Week. Yeah, we'll start next week on that. All right.
We got Bills at Jaguars. Bills are 5.5-point favorites on the road.
Aren't they playing?
And this one is in England. Yes.
This is in England.
Yeah, they play 9:30 in the morning on Sunday.
Yes, they are.
The Jaguars not going through like no transition from. They just probably just stayed out.
They stayed out there.
Give me the Jags. Give me the Jags.
I'm taking the Bills on that one.
I'm taking the
Bills. I don't care about no time difference and none. The Bills, after what the Bills did to actually Miami last week.
Yeah, I'm taking Bills.
It's gonna be hard for me to pick against them right now.
I'm not seeing Jacksonville doing enough right now.
Yeah, I'm taking Bills.
I'm on the sheet that I'm betting money on. I'm going with the Bills, but my mind and my heart is in the Jaguars.
Your mind's telling you no.
All right, R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's go.
Thank you. I didn't have to finish that. Oh, Lord.
I love R. Kelly, though. I couldn't resist, though.
Yeah. All right, so we got Falcons at Texans. Falcons are 2.5-point favorites on the road.
I'm going with I got Texans. The Texans. I picked the Texans against Pittsburgh. I'm going with the Texans. Yo, the Texans is balling, son.
They balling. D'Amico done found something, Jack. D'Amico done found something, Jack.
D'Amico Ryan's doing his thing, man. Ain't lying.
Yeah.
Falcons QB sucks.
Big time.
If he was in New York, you could flip-flop him.
I mean, they would have paid him $40 million too.
Yeah.
You talking about Danny Crimes?
I'm talking about Jets. I'm talking about Wilson.
Yeah. You can go. Zach
Danny Crimes is bad though. Danny Crimes is bad though. I don't know.
No, you got the MILF Hunter, and then you got Wooden Nichols. Like, what do you choose?
He said the MILF Hunter. Oh my God.
What do you choose? So
I'm definitely going Texans.
Yeah, Texans, man. Texans.
Yeah, I'm going Houston too. I'm going Texans as well, man. I think D'Amico done found something.
Yeah. So we got the Lions at the Panthers. The Lions are 8.5-point favorite on the road.
Lions whole bunch to a little. Lions couple.
Give me Tony the Tiger on that one. I'm taking the Lions.
This Lions team is not bad, man.
Yeah, they strong. They're looking good, man.
If they can keep this going. Montgomery came from Chicago, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Whew. Then my wife's a Detroit fan, so I got to hear that business.
She gonna give it
we
to
don't
you.
play him this year. No, she don't give me nothing.
Yeah, she deserved it, man. She a Lions fan. She been suffering for it.
I'm still giving her. MCDC.
Not today, Jeff. You're supposed to be mushy. Not today. You're supposed to be mushy, Jeff. Today. Not today.
My inner, Who we got next? We got Colts at Titans. Colts are 1.5-point favorites on the road.
Yeah.
It's Titans at Colts.
Now Anthony Richardson is back. Jonathan Taylor is practicing this week. So
I'm
I
going
don't
with
know if
Colts.
that means anything, but
I'm gonna go with
I
Colts.
haven't.
So is this?
I haven't.
So
But did you
what
see what the
is
Titans did to the Bengals
Yeah,
though
I'm
last
like,
week?
yeah, I'm
But
like,
the
if the
Bengals.
Titans
But
did
y'all
play the
have to
Bengals showing
remember
up,
Joe
or
Burrows is hurt.
And they have no
It don't
O-line.
matter
And that
though.
O-line is
yeah,
horrible. Joe Burrows is hurt.
I know,
I don't
but
know,
I'm
I'm
just
taking the
saying the
Titans.
Titans put that whoop behind on them last week though.
Give me the Colts, man.
I
I'm
can't
rolling
trust
the Colts.
Tannehill. I can't trust Tannehill.
Hey, I don't say I can't trust Tannehill. Give me
I can't trust
Andy
Tannehill.
Richardson though.
But
I
he's at
think Andy
home.
Richardson get a
Yeah,
signature.
but the Titans at home though. The Titans are playing at home.
No,
Okay.
they're playing at the Colts. They're playing the Indy.
Oh, they are.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
going. I'm definitely going Colts.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Man,
I'm definitely going Colts.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
They
taking the
playing on
Titans.
the road.
It says Colts at Titans.
You sure? I got
Yeah.
Sunday, October 8th, Titans at
I
Indy.
think they in Indy.
Yeah.
Am I looking at the wrong thing?
Let's see
Oh,
here.
I'm looking
I'm
at the
still
wrong
going
thing.
with the
Hold on
Titans. I'm going with the Titans.
I'm going Colts at home.
Hold on now.
I'm
I
going
picked
with
the Colts last week and they
going
messed
with-
me up.
Titans at
There you
Colts.
go.
You're right. You're right. You're
I'm
right.
going with
You're
Colts.
right. You're right.
I'm going with the Titans. I'm the lone wolf on this one. Oh!
Wait,
You're
you're going with the Titans?
Tisha going with Titans. I'm going
I'm
with the
taking the
Colts. I'm gonna go with Colts.
So you got a lot of Titans people on here. Carlton, Baron Howell.
No, I'm just talking about on the
Tisha.
panel. On the panel, I'm going with the Titans. I'm the only one.
Okay.
I'm taking Titans too.
You taking Titans too? No, I'm going Colts.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm going Colts too.
I'm going with the Titans on that one.
3-2.
I don't trust them yet.
They still
All right.
come out ahead.
So who we got next, Jeff?
Giants at Dolphins.
You know damn well.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
Do we even have to go into it?
Oh,
I'm not
man.
even going to talk about the spread.
That's-
right?
that's a-
The spread is
skip. Can we just
immaterial.
Can we skip?
Moving on.
Can we move
see-
the Can we move the Giants to the XFL?
Wait a minute. Which one did I saw? There
Yeah,
was a
move them
game
to
that got
Canada. You
flexed.
know it's not too far
That's
from
next
Canada.
week.
You know, Jersey, you know what I'm saying? We might have to move them to Canada right now. It's all good.
Then we got Saints at Patriots, and looks like the Patriots are 1.5-point favorites at home.
It's gonna
Saints
come
play
down
good,
to
though.
who quarterbacking for the Saints.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
That's
Derek
what it's
Carr will
gonna
be
come
back.
down to who's
He should be
quarterbacking for the
back.
Saints. But
He
I'm
should
gonna
be
go.
back.
Yeah, I'm still
That's-
have.
You know
Where
what?
they
That's
playing
gonna be
at?
a good game.
What
That's
place
gonna be
where
a
they
Now-
playing?
Now, mind you, the Patriots just lost Judon and Christian Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
Probably for the year.
Yeah, Deuce told Judon bicep, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Gonzalez.
I'm going
has,
with the Saints on that
I'm
one.
gonna have to
he's
go
got-
with the
he's
Saints
got
on
an
that.
ankle
Yeah,
issue.
I'm going with the Saints
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
That's
go with
really
the
two of their best defensive players, and both of them out there, and their defense gonna look totally different.
Yeah.
Even though it's an
Saints got a good
outdoor
defense
game.
though, too, though.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, Saints do got a nice defense.
But who's going to cover Olave now?
Oh,
I mean,
Right.
and Thomas too. Don't forget about
Yeah.
Thomas.
And Mike
been
Thomas.
playing good.
Tell me, slant man.
Yeah.
Slant man.
All right, here's a good one for you. Ravens at Steelers. Steelers are
Ravens.
getting 4 at home.
I know.
I'm going with the
Ravens.
Ravens.
I mean,
Hey, Steelers O-line can't block me right now.
But
Give me
and
the
Pickett hurt, right?
Pickett
Yeah,
is hurt.
Pickett's hurt.
I don't
Yeah,
know if
Pickett is
he's-
hurt.
Steelers can't
I
score
don't
no
know if he's
points.
out, but Matt
Y'all
Canada
damn
needs
sure
to
not
go to
trusting
Canada.
Trubisky. I know y'all not trusting Trubisky.
Who?
Mitch.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Who's
Yeah,
Mitch
that's a
played
nigga.
for?
He's still a
For
backup.
the Steelers?
He's
That's
still a
good.
backup. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
backup.
Wow.
Yeah.
That tells you how much I paid attention. I'm sorry. All right. We got Bengals at Cardinals. Cardinals are getting 4 at home.
Well, I
Burrow
think
said
that's
he's going to practice all week too.
I think that's
Just like
because
he did all last week.
ugh,
Look, if the Bengals O-line as bad as banged up y'all say it is, that's the wrong
and if
team.
he hurt like they say he is.
Yeah, that's the wrong team to be
I
playing.
might have to
with.
go to the Cardinals on that one.
Yeah, I'm
This
gonna go
could- this could
Cardinals on
be
that
a
one.
Bad one for Cincinnati if they drop this one. Man.
Yeah.
This could
Give me
be
the Cardinals.
really bad. I'm gonna.
I'm
You know what?
gonna be the only
I'm gonna
one.
take Burrow.
I'm gonna roll with my LSU boy. I'm gonna roll with Bengals.
I'm gonna go with Nicky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
I'm gonna roll
Nicky
with
and give
Bengals.
Burrow a comeback game. All right. So then we got my boys, Philly in LA. LA's getting 4.5 at home.
Show over. We ain't got to pick.
Now,
I don't know.
I don't know. Listen, the Rams play good though. The Rams play good.
I'm gonna tell you, the Rams better than what we think.
The Rams ain't listen. The
Yeah,
Rams
but
are not gonna say
The Rams are better than what we think they are.
Yeah, but Stafford is hurt. He's
Yeah.
hurt, and it's a hip injury at that. So Philly's D-line, Philly's front seven. I'm put to you like this: if Philly keeps and somebody said Carlton says he got Philly close. If Philly doesn't take advantage of Stafford being hurt, and they allow them to stick in the game, then I think the Rams could take it. But Philly should
win this one, though.
Yeah, they should win it, though.
I got Philly.
I'll take Philly.
All right.
Jeff, who you got? Who you got that game?
Huh?
I said, who do you have winning that game?
Huh?
He said he playing coy.
What? Who you got? Jerome, you got Philly?
Yeah, I guess I'll take
Philly. Hey, Boogie, you got Philly?
I got Philly. No upset special. Not that one anyway.
You got Philly?
Not
unfortunately,
if Stafford didn't have a hip injury, I'll be on the Rams. But
it would probably be a different game.
4 of y'all, 3 of y'all, I don't have to vote.
It's 4. So yeah, you got to vote.
It's a tie.
It's 2-2. So yeah, you have to vote.
Who's 2-2?
Going Philly. Okay.
All right.
I think Philly pull it out.
There we go. Yeah. Majority rules.
I think Philly pull it out.
I'm with Kelly. Can they tie? Can they tie?
No.
That's what I say.
No.
But I think Philly still pull it out.
No.
Philly been running the ball really effectively, though. That's one thing I will say about Philly. Running game is better this year than last year. If you ask me.
I would agree.
Swift has actually managed to be not hurt for the first 5 games.
Who was it?
Swift.
Swift is good though.
I'm not
but normally he hurt by now, but he's actually holding up.
So
he's playing in
I will say his yards per carry are on point with what he did last year, which was 6.8 yards per carry last year with Detroit. So I'm gonna go with it, right? So let's move on to our next one, which is Jets at Broncos. And Jets are getting 2.5. I'm sorry, Broncos. Damn. Jets are favored by 2.5 away. I'm sorry.
Can they cancel this game?
She said, "Can they cancel?" You know what? I want to see how Zach Wilson follows up because Zach Wilson looked really good against Patrick Mahomes, right? So
and they should have won.
Yeah, they should have won.
They should have
won.
They should have won.
So yeah,
he was trying to take Taylor Swift away. That's what it was. Taylor Swift was.
Yes, all it was.
He was trying to perform. That's what it was.
No, that's all it was. He can't be like Leo, man. He needs the older ones, right? He needs Taylor's mom. Right? He can't have Taylor Swift. He needs Taylor Swift's mom, right? the Taylor Swift, that's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Oh Lord.
But what I'm wondering is, was having Aaron Rodgers in the building enough to help Zach out?
Yeah.
Right? Was having that guy in his ear?
Good, man.
He played way better. He played way better.
He's got Aaron in his ear on the sideline. Hey man, here's the looks we're getting.
And he played with confidence.
When you see it, yes. And that was not what he looked like the week before.
No.
So,
hey, what's up with Denver's defense? I thought Denver had like the top 10 defense at one time. What happened?
Who?
Denver's defense used to be lights out.
They hurt.
Denver keep losing. That Surtain looked pretty good in Cowboy uniform. I'm just saying, but go ahead.
You said who Surtain?
Yeah, he looked pretty good in Cowboy uniform. Boy.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, if they keep losing the way they losing, they need.
I don't think it'll happen this year though.
Ooh, wee. That
I
defense
at
was
least call.
horrible.
Yeah,
Year
at
two
least
of his
call.
rookie deal.
I would at least call.
I know,
Year
but
two
I'm
of his
just
rookie
saying that
deal.
defense
Yeah.
looks terrible. That's why I'm
Mm-mm.
picking the Jets.
They're gonna hold on to him on that rookie deal.
Man, we can get Surtain over there.
Man, Lord, have mercy, Jesus.
Championship. Lock it up.
Because listen, all these teams with talent are losing. We have to start looking, saying, hey, who can we like perch away from them? This is just a
But
thought.
you got to realize. I mean, and we're going off a little bit off topic. Jerry's not a big in-season trade guy.
I know.
You know,
They
so
just thought of him
I
being here.
understand all that. Fox, I understand all that. But if we can somehow pull off a trade for Surtain, we might have to get rid of D-Law, right? Because their money gonna have to go to Surtain. But do you realize we have Michael Parsons and we have Diggs and Surtain on the back end?
Roll Tide, baby.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't see that happening this year, though. I don't see that happening this year. The only way that would happen this year, the only way it would happen this year is somebody get hurt back there. Somebody else get hurt back there. I don't see it happening this year. Now, it could be a possibility they go for it next year. I wouldn't doubt it, but I don't see it happening this year.
And what year is Surtain in?
This is year two.
I think we had about 2 years we had to
Yeah, 2 years. Okay. So you have 2 years. Okay.
Just the thought of it though. Just
Well, I said D-Law had to roll though.
It's only
we
his
can't
second
give
year.
it. Ooh, D-Law. I love D-Law.
Yeah, because you know, him and Parsons came out the same.
That's
year.
right.
I actually wanted Surtain.
We
This is
did.
third
They
year.
stole
This
him.
is
third year.
Yeah, we wanted
Jumped us and
Surtain and
took
they
him.
stole him from
Yeah,
us, and
this
we
is
ended up
third
taking
year.
Parsons.
Because they traded up to get him.
They traded up to get him.
They traded up to get him. Yeah.
Imagine though, what if Parsons wasn't here and we had Surtain? Would we be the same defense? It's just things to think about.
Nah, we would not be the same because we didn't know Parsons was gonna be this, right?
I know he was fast.
We thought
I ain't
Parsons
know
would be a
he was good,
linebacker.
though.
Yeah.
But we didn't know he would be this good.
Nah, we didn't know he'd be this.
Now, here's the other thing to think about. Howie Roseman's got a thing for those Alabama and those Georgia boys.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. And Georgia, yeah, he does.
And let's not forget where Surtain Sr. played.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But you know the
That's
funny
history
thing,
there.
but you know the funny thing about that, he reached out to Jerry about drafting Surtain. That's the funny thing about that. He wanted him to come to Dallas. He reached out to Jerry about drafting.
I'm sure that wasn't the only place.
And I'm gonna be honest. I think if Denver and Carolina didn't do what they did, I think if he would have failed us, I think we would have snatched him.
Yeah, we would have took him.
Oh, without question, y'all would have taken him.
Yeah, we would have taken
him.
Him and Diggs are best friends.
If he's there, you gotta take him.
Yeah,
if he's there, you gotta take him.
Yeah.
But
he's only 23 years old.
But we ended up with Parsons, so
so we really won. Hey, we really won.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It's pedigree there, so I get it.
And I still, I get
and
it.
Philly had a chance to get Parsons because they traded. We traded with them.
Yeah,
they had a chance to get him.
Yeah,
maybe I ain't doing Madden trade.
All right, so what's the next game we got?
All right, we got Chiefs at Vikings. Vikings getting 5.5 at home.
Whole bunch to it.
Chiefs at Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs. Vikings defense can't. They are a spaghetti strainer trying to hold water. So.
Now, Chiefs is another team that's been begging for ass whooping too.
You ain't lying about that. You really ain't lying about that. But Minnesota ain't the team, though.
The Chargers might do it. The Chargers might.
Right, but Minnesota ain't the team.
They've been begging for one too.
Yeah.
And they should have lost against the Jets.
Lost
I don't feel like that was. I think that was not a hold on Gardner. I just feel like they screwed him on that play.
They were trash.
That was bang bang play. That was bang bang.
Yeah, that wasn't even bang bang, man. They threw that flag after he threw that pick, man. We all know what that was.
Taylor Swift game.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift's gonna win. She wins regardless. All right, so the last one we're looking at, and I know we talked about it earlier, Cowboys at 49ers. 49ers 3.5-point favorites at home.
Throw up the X because Dez is going to be in the building. Yes, sir. The Cowboys 30-21. I keep telling you. I'm going to have to bet that in Vegas something. I like that money. 30-21 sounds so divine.
So this is one of these games where I say it's going to be a good game.
It's going to be entertaining. Sunday night. I'm telling you, when have the Cowboys and the 49ers didn't score a lot of points on Sunday night? Just think about it. It's Sunday night, the bright lights, everybody's watching. They're going to put on a show. I'm telling you, it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't think it's going to be a defensive game at all, like we think. I think it's going to be high-scoring. Stoney, no. I'm telling you, listen, Dad just has to play within himself. Don't do too much. Don't overthink it. Just go play. That's all we ask you. Go play. You pissed off, I'm pissed off. Just go play your game, brother. That's all I ask. That's it. Don't look at me like that, Mr. Cowboy. Don't look at me like that.
Nah, I'm just like this game. It ain't got nothing to do with you, Boogie.
I know. I'm just putting.
Yeah, it's everything that's on the line, right? Because I know it's just week 5, but this game is huge for us as an organization, as a fan base.
Yeah, this game,
right?
Yeah.
So
for the players,
and I got
this is a big game
for the players,
psychologically,
right?
too.
Psychologically, it's a lot riding on this game. Yeah, so I got 2 questions. Can we run the ball on them? And can they run the ball on us?
And we stop the run.
I feel like that's going to determine. I think that's going to determine everything is going to be predicated off of that. Can we run the ball on them, and can we stop the run? I think that's going to tell us everything we need to know, right? So if we can run the ball on them and we can stop the run, I think this game get ugly. But it can be vice versa too. If they run the ball on us and we can't stop the run, it'll get away from us as well, right? So, but I do think everybody's on high alert. We don't have to worry about no Arizona situation.
It means too much emotionally, psychologically.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really think people are overlooking the Cowboys. I know what history says, but I'm gonna be on Boogie.
It's that. You know, let's keep it 100. Our fan base has a love-hate relationship with our quarterback. It is what it is, and that's the problem.
I'm gonna say this about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott got this game circled. He got this game circled on this calendar. Dak Prescott won't these boys. So
I do too.
If we can stop the run, Boogie, I'm gonna be honest, man. Look, screw it.
So
whole bunch to a little. Cowboys big. You hear what I said?
Can I interject?
Cowboys by 14.
Can I interject? What I feel like is going to be the determining factor of this game.
What was it?
Mike McCarthy's decision making. That is what's going to determine whether we win or lose this game.
Yep.
Great point. Great call out.
Another factor gonna play in this game too is our O-line.
Oh yeah,
Tyron Smith.
Somebody said it's Tyron Smith.
I feel much better with that out there with Tyron Smith out there than I am with That's Chaz Green 2.0.
You're right about that. He's been terrible the last 2 weeks.
And another situation to look at is if we get into a situation for we need a kick. I feel okay with our kicker, but I don't feel okay with what did that caught. Because I really want to see kick that 60-something yarder. I want to see if he can make it, especially in a game that it wasn't that big. Right, we didn't have nothing big riding on it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's a rare statement for y'all in the last couple of years.
But
did y'all see the throw he made on the 2-point conversion though? Like I said, he can throw it.
Yeah,
no, that was a punter. That was a punter.
That was Brian Agger, the punter.
That was a punter.
But I wanted to see if he can make that kick. But the issue was oh boy, got 2 penalties back to back. And this type of penalties is going to be another thing that's going to ride in this game. You can't have the penalties that we had in Arizona. You just can't. You can't do it. So it's going to come down to
a lot
discipline.
of trash talking.
It's going to come down to discipline. It's going to come down to coaching, play calling, and the mentality of the players. Simple as that.
And I'm with you on that, Frankie. When we did that 2-point conversion, I said there was no need for us to do that. You know, I understand that.
Need.
I understand that.
Put that on film.
It was it was a call. If they line up in this, so we're going to do this. I understand that whole thing, but there was no need for us to do it in the game that we had won handily. You say that for a Philadelphia, a Washington, a San Francisco, a Seattle, know, the teams that you know that you're gonna have to beat that may have some impact on seeding down the line.
Right.
That game Sunday, it was over with in the middle of the second quarter.
It was over quick. It was so
but if we win the kickoff, I want us to defer. I want 100%. Us to defer because I want to see what our defense gonna look like. Yeah, I want us to defer.
I want Dak to come. I want Dak to do exactly what he did in the Jets game. March, walk him right down the field, put it in the end zone, 7-0 Dallas.
I defer.
Right out the gate.
I want that defer.
I want to defer.
I want
our defense to set the tone.
Set the tone.
Yeah.
And then you want your offense to come back and ride behind them because if you keep them 100, our defense is the highlight of the team right now because the offense is not is lacking. So our offense is building their emotions and riding off what the defense going out there doing.
But that's my thing. That's why I want to set more lead up front, right? So because you want to put a little pressure on San Fran offensively. You can punt this ball if you want to down 7-0. Right?
At the same,
if you want down 7-0.
But at the same time, you're only gonna get 10 or 11 possessions. So you want to, in my opinion, I'd want my defense out there to steal a possession, and then we come back out at halftime and have the ball first at halftime and set the tone from there. Because you're only gonna get 5-6 possessions in the first half, 5 to 7 possessions in the second half. So, well, let me take that back. You might get more with both of these defenses because it's gonna be some 3 and outs. And I don't want to hear shit from these Dak haters talking about why we have 3 and outs. This is San Francisco defense that's going to be 3 and outs.
And that's any playoff caliber team defense. There's going to be some 3 and outs. Yeah. Like if a team's good enough to get in the playoff, they got a decent defense probably. Yeah. Good chances are they got a decent defense. There's going to be some 3 and outs. That's going to happen.
Jeff, you got a question for me?
So, Nikki, I gotta say I disagree with you on wanting your defense to come out first. Because of the way your season is going so far, you need your offense to come out and be a tone setter, right?
Exactly.
If your defense has been what has been your strong suit, don't rest on your laurels on that first drive. You need to come out and say, look, I'm not scared of you. I'm going to come right after you, and I'm going to make you work for this, right? Don't worry about deferring to the second half, right? Because, again, the problem that Dallas has had this year is that it's not even really been a problem, right? But when it has happened, when they're playing from behind, right, you struggle. So don't even give yourselves an opportunity to play from behind. Come out the gate, smash mouth. I'm coming after you because you've sent me home for 2 years in a row now, right? So let me come out and punch you in the mouth real quick.
Preach. So that's a great point. So however,
and again,
good point.
Yeah. However, does McCarthy have that attitude? Do you trust McCarthy to have that type of attitude, or do you trust Dan Quinn to have that type of attitude? Mentality. I'm not gonna say attitude, mentality.
Yeah, you
Well,
already
I'm
know
gonna say,
Dan Quinn has that because Dan Quinn has that mentality week in and week out, right?
Every day,
But
all day.
yeah,
here's the thing. Remember how Dak was talking at that presser afterwards? He was like, "Oh, thank you for giving me that motivation," right? So Dak's not going to want to sit back and go, "Let me sit back for a series and watch what they want to do." He's going to be like, "Mike, give me that effing ball and let me run it down their GD throat," right?
yeah.
Off rip.
Hopefully,
But this
he will
Off
do
rip.
that.
that's
And
another thing.
if that happens, then they will do well. But if they come out and they stall, that's a problem. But that's a gamble you have to take in a game that has this much
Riding on it.
this big
Magnitude and whatever, you got to
implication
do it.
for
You're gonna have
further
to.
down the rest
Yeah.
of the season.
See-
You have to come out. You can't play coy on possession one on this. I know me. I'm about to go down there. Let me run my 15 scripted plays and show you exactly what I am. That said, the one thing that Dallas has to stay away from is that naked bootleg to the right with the tight end post. If they run that same damn play that they run inside the 30 every week, Fred Warner is going to eat that shit for breakfast. I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to say that, right? But I'm going to say it. He is going to eat that
It's in the dictionary.
That's true.
Hey, so let me put this out here. So everybody's talking about, or we all talking about how San Francisco sent Dallas home the last 2 years. Let's go back a little farther. Who was the thorn in Mike McCarthy's flesh when he was coaching Green Bay?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. So so just like Dak is motivated, Mike McCarthy himself should be motivated as well because he has a San Francisco problem as well. Not just Dak, not just you know what I'm saying. Mike McCarthy has one pre Cowboys, right? So I'm sorry, Mike should come out guns blazing.
But do you? I'm gonna ask the same question. Do you trust McCarthy to have that attitude, or do you trust? Or do you trust?
We paying McCarthy to have that attitude.
The same guy that wanted to smash watermelons in the locker room before a game to try to motivate the team. I don't have faith in McCarthy. I'm sorry, I just don't. As a motivator, the same guy the same guy who brought ass cream into the locker room to motivate the players.
The baby butt cream. That's what it was. The baby butt.
I'm sorry. Hey, look, they needed it. They needed it because Denver put one on them. I was with Mike on that. You damn right, Mike. Get into him.
The baby butt cream. It had to do with the baby butt cream. That's what it was. It's all good.
I agreed on
that was ass cream. That wasn't baby butt cream.
It was the baby butt cream. That's what, because it's a G-rated show, so I said the baby butt cream.
These are grown men.
Oh my God.
Now he's got to be aggressive though. He's got to be aggressive from the standpoint of we need this game and make a statement. Sunday night, everybody's watching. You got to make a statement.
So how can we just can't make a statement by going downfield at least once or twice? I'll take an interception as long as we throw a deep stretch of defense.
Be aggressive.
Yeah.
Just be aggressive.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Open up the offense a little bit.
I think we've been, especially the Arizona game, I think we've been trying not to put a lot on film, right? So, and that's what pissed me off about the Arizona game. We set those three guys, right, thinking we can skate by looking at New England and looking at San Fran and Arizona bit us, right? So, you may see a couple more wrinkles in the offense. I think they're gonna kind of let their hair hang a little bit. You may see this offense open up a little bit. I think this game is circled on everybody's calendar. I'm expecting this team to come out with some intensity and really bring it to San Fran. Like if they don't come out ready for war, then it's gonna tell us off. Somebody need to go. Like ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If they don't come out with their heads on fire for this game right here, somebody needs to go.
Well, you said a mouthful right there. So with that being said, you know what time it is.
Let's go around the table real quick, Sean.
Too much fun. Dang, come on.
Sean, I know we're getting the OMT, right? But let's go around the table. Let's get obviously we know who y'all are taking, right? Let's get score predictions for this one because I think this one could be very interesting.
I already done told y'all mine already. I done told you I'm keeping it 100. 30-21 Cowboys win. There you go.
Okay.
Keeping it.
Mr. Cowboy?
All right, so if the Cowboys can run the ball, if we can stop the run, 35-14 Cowboys.
Ooh.
Hey, it has potential to get up. Because if we get up, look, this pass rush, I'm telling y'all, this pass rush something serious. If we get up and they have to abandon the run and they have to throw the ball, we getting 2 takeaways off top.
I'm going 2017.
Okay. What you got, Nick?
Oh.
And while she's thinking, I'm gonna add to my prediction. It's gonna be 2017, and it's gonna be 2017 because we're gonna kick more field goals than score, and the defense is gonna score 1 touchdown.
The exact score I was finna say.
She's at 24-17.
24-17.
And
right,
me and Kelly are close. She said 21-17.
I'm gonna be the lone wolf. Oh, right.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take San Fran 23-20.
I'll take my down.
It's gonna be a lot of field goals in this game.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I think it's gonna be a lot of field goals in this game.
Yeah.
I take my down Eagles pick back. Give me Rams.
I think the only reason I'm saying that, right? I think the defenses are just so good on both sides, and I think that it's just going to be tight.
It's going to come down to who makes a mistake.
Points when they can.
Yeah. Exactly. It's going to come down to who makes a mistake.
It's going to come down to who makes a mistake. It's going to come down to who makes.
Or which defense makes the championship play. Which defense? What's
go.
Up, Kenneth Bell?
There you go.
Here come Clown Show.
See, Kenneth Bell sees what I see.
That's why he got them shades on.
Lord.
That's why he got them shades on.
All right, so we got to close it out, right? We got one more left. We got Packers at Raiders. Raiders getting 1.5.
Oh, we forgot about the Packers.
We start. Remember, we start bye weeks this week, right? This week starts bye week, so fantasy implications, folks. Take care of your fantasy lineups, right? Remember who you got on bye weeks this week.
Lord have mercy. I'm glad I play FanDuel. I ain't worried about no fantasy.
I'm in that too.
And Kelly, if you notice, I didn't disclose a winner either. All I said was 2017. I just said 2017.
I just said
we already know where you're going.
That's all I said.
Already know it's
already know where you're going with it, Sean.
I'm a realistic. I'm a realistic fan, and as a Cowboy fan, I will never come out and say that the Cowboys are going to lose. But when I do my boards when I send them out, there's a couple times,
Sean. Checking right now, Sean.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh, fine.
You'll see my pick. You'll see my pick on Thursday night. I mean Wednesday night. You'll see my pick tomorrow.
I've already got my Thursday pick in. I don't do anything else till Saturday.
Yeah, I got to start doing that too because if I would have known Deshaun Watson would have been out on Sunday, I would have picked him. I would have picked Baltimore.
The doctors cleared him. They said he got cleared. He said, "Nah, I ain't playing."
What? No. Yeah, exactly.
The doctors cleared him, and he said, "Nah, I ain't going in. I'm straight."
What?
Why? He didn't get a massage that day. He didn't get a massage that day.
$240 million guaranteed.
He didn't get a massage that day.
Hey, he said it wasn't right. He ain't going.
The masseuse did not
Damn
come
what the
through.
doctor said. I've said this thing ain't right. I ain't going nothing.
Wow.
They chose the wrong grip on him, and he said no.
Yeah, so somebody should have threw a little extra in for the happy ending, and he would have,
That's what I'm saying. He got the wrong grip.
Hey,
He got the wrong
all
grip.
right, it is.
Hey, this is NC-17 show now.
Hey there. All right,
They said he's part of the 251 club, but not that day. If anybody knows who the 251 club is, I appreciate you.
I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds interesting. Hold on. Let me
Oh
see.
wow. So Nikki, I just saw your post.
251 is the grip on the ball.
Nick,
Just
I
so
just
you
saw
know.
your post where you said that the Giants have had to leave for only 19 seconds in 4 games.
Yep.
They had never had a snap from the lead on offense.
Wow.
Giants are
That's
the
your
only
40.
team in
That's
the
that
NFL.
$40 million quarterback.
And that's the thing. I feel like Daniel Jones was getting a
46
little too
this year.
much criticism. Like that O-line couldn't block nothing last night. Are we really blaming that? This dude got sacked 11 times, bro. Like, can we hold the O-line accountable for something?
They couldn't run the ball though. That's why.
You know what?
Because they couldn't run the
You
ball.
know what,
There's
Mr.
more.
Cowboy? Go ahead, Jeff.
There's more to that, right? So they tried to do the brotherly shove, as we call it now, right? We don't call it the other thing anymore, right? They tried to do that. They failed epically, and 2 of their offensive linemen got hurt.
Yep. Yes, they did.
Right? And that leads to a whole nother conversation about that particular play that the owners voted in the affirmative to keep. But be that as it may, everybody still hates it, even though we run it at a 92% clip. But how many other teams? 4 of them ran it this weekend and failed. Running that play, Monday night being one of them. Come on, man. That's
the
why
originators are not the duplicators.
And we're not even the originators. Tom Brady has been doing that stuff for years. Just without the
like
yeah,
that.
but you got to see. Y'all got a QB,
not the rugby style, though.
QB that
Not
can
the
squat
rugby style.
600 pounds. You know, that make that QB sneak a little
He
bit.
squatted 600 pounds in college. He ain't doing that now.
Listen,
You think he ain't?
strong legs,
I don't know.
He still got strong
It hurts
legs.
a coach. Yeah, he'll coach his son, man. So
listen, he's a running back playing quarterback, man.
600.
He's a running back playing quarterback. Told you.
That's a Jordan Mailata thing right there.
You think so?
Right? Jordan Mailata played rugby professionally in Australia. He's like, hey, coach, here's something we can do that I guarantee you, that going through Stout U, nobody's going to stop. And 92% of the time, he's right.
The singer.
Just saying.
The singer.
Just saying.
He can sing.
He can.
The singer.
Sang at his wedding. Songbird of his generation. I'm sorry. I just took it way off. My bad.
It's all good, man.
You're good. So, with that being said, this should be a good weekend of football, especially for Cowboys fans.
Let's hope not.
Yeah. Ouch. Ouch.
Hey,
my pick. Hold on. The Eagles were playing the rent. Hold up.
You see why. You see why.
Oh, I wouldn't expect.
Dude, how crazy would that be if Dallas won and Philly lost? How crazy would that be?
That would be crazy.
That'd be crazy. That'd be
crazy. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely crazy.
Monday morning quarterbacks will never be the same.
Man.
We still wouldn't get no credit though.
Nah.
They and as much as I hate to say it, and I'm not saying this, towards you, Jeff. I'm saying this as far as the media is concerned.
Yeah, we wouldn't get.
You guys would get a pass if you lost. You would get a pass.
I don't think so.
I think you would, just like Kansas City got a pass when they first lost. And Buffalo got a pass for their loss. Everybody when Cincinnati lost, when they lost their first game. All Joe Burrow was hurt. He didn't get a chance to practicing preseason and all this kind of stuff. So if the Cowboys lose, the internet's gonna blow up. If the Eagles lose, if the Eagles lose, you're gonna get a pass.
Northeast narrative. I keep telling y'all.
Say that. So
your fan base is not gonna give them a pass. But in general,
it's not gonna give them a pass.
Yeah.
The groups that we all frequent, right? Not gonna give us a pass, right? The media is gonna if I had to guess, I would say the media would say they've not played up to their expectations this year, and this is a product of that. Right. So I don't think we get a pass in its entirety, but I think they would be like, we saw this coming, maybe. But yeah. So I kind of half agree and disagree with you on that.
Well, don't forget, y'all, we got Trey Lance giving us some intel this week. So hopefully, he can give us a little bit of intel to help us win. That's one thing too. Let's see what happens. You never know. Never know. He was a quarterback, though. He's a quarterback. You never know.
But you got to realize that New England picked up Will Greer.
That's different, though. That's different. That's different.
If you know Bill Belichick, I'm pretty sure Bill Belichick.
That's different, man. It's Trey Lance, though. This Trey Lance.
I'm looking
top
at you
3
sideways
picks.
right now, bud.
It's different, man. It's different, man. This is Trey Lance, Joe. Trey Lance, bro. We ain't talking about no backup or whatever. This Trey Lance, bro.
It won't be the same offense.
No, it won't be. But hey, sometimes sometimes the smallest details make the biggest difference, though. You'd be surprised.
You right about that.
Absolutely.
So let's see.
Nikki, you want to take us out?
I did it last week. No. Oh, Jerome, you did it last week, right? It's K Boogie turn.
Oh, all right. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's thank everybody for coming to the beautiful Stars Talking Cowboys with the Blue Cup Boys and Smokey Batman. Thank y'all for coming out. That's right. Hey, my cup is coming in 2 weeks. I have my bling.
Anyway,
so you talking to my boy? You good?
Yeah, I talked to him.
I hope so.
Listen, I got a cup. I got my Emmitt Smith cup right here. I want some bling. I want some bling.
They tired of seeing that 7-Eleven cup.
This ain't 7-Eleven. This is authentic. You see the hologram on that? You see that Emmitt Smith right there? Bro? That's that real right there. Oh, I got another one too.
But anyway. To everybody, thank you all for joining us. I will be at the game. So hopefully I am their good luck charm.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and be at the game. Shout out to Magic City. Thank you, Kelly. And Magic City.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a Magic City t-shirt.
Hey, man. To our unofficial official sponsor, Magic City. We'll be there next year, front and center.
I'm going to be there for Super Bowl party, Magic City. Magic City, we go Super Bowl party. Let me call my cousins right now. Say, yo, we go Super Bowl, Magic City. We got a section, bro. We gonna have a section. We might have the whole club.
Definitely pulling up for that.
Yes,
but yeah, so I'll be there. So hopefully I could.
And Magic City?
Well, yeah, Foxy pulled that one out there. I was expecting that one.
I'm all right. You acting like Mike McCarthy with that little play he drew up Sunday. No, but yeah, I'm going to get my lemon pepper wings though. They got the best lemon pepper wings.
How you know?
Hey.
You set yourself up for that one, sweetheart. I couldn't let that go.
Hey.
You've been hanging out with Kelly too much. See, that Kelly's a bad influence on you, Nick.
I'm about to pull out the Russell Simmons on y'all.
Good night and God bless.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for coming out.
All right, y'all. God bless.
Right, go
Let's go, Cowboys. Let's go.
Go Birds. Go Birds.
See y'all next week.
Night. Good night.
All right.